If you saw my last video, you remember I was drawing dogs, mostly from reference photos, but I also made some straight from my head, like this little guy here. He ended up at the very bottom of the page, and I really want to keep working at him. So I'm going to enlarge him in a copy machine. I remember an illustration course I took a long time ago, and the teacher said that she found that when she was drawing animals, humans and objects in a quite small size, she got the best lines, the best angles, the best proportions, the best feeling. So that's what she did, and she enlarged the drawing later on in a copy machine, and from there she could keep working and refining the drawing. And so here I enlarged him 200%, and now I'm going to attach him to another white paper so I can keep drawing him. So I'm gonna give him some neck, and a little bit more of his body is gonna show, and my plan is he's gonna have his paws hanging on to something like a fence, a sunbed, a sofa, just something. And here I'm using a ballpoint pen just to enhance the lines. So because my plan is now to trace him over to watercolor paper so I can paint him. I'm using a light box here. Before I had a light board, and now I have a small light box, but it works very good. And if you don't have a light board, you can hold the drawings up to a window and trace it like that. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do to make art. So here I have him on a watercolor paper. What I'm doing now is I'm putting down water with a paintbrush, because my plan is to use watercolors on him. And I'm just gonna dirty him down with some random colors, and this is a way to create an underpainting, because my plan later on is to paint him white, and I don't really want that flat white, clinically white color. I want some more vibrancy and life underneath, so that is why I use underpainting. And here I'm using a turquoise Pro Marker pen, because I'm planning to paint him white against a white paper. I need something so I don't confuse the lines. So here is my acrylic white paint I'm going to use. If you wonder what I'm going to do with the turquoise line there, my plan later on is actually to cut him out and mount him onto another background. You see here I'm giving him his first layer of white, and it's quite transparent. I'm going to give him probably 1 or 2 more layers of white. Here you can see he's quite white, but he still has a little bit of, there's still something shining through that give it a little bit more life. Here is watercolor ink pen. I'm using it to shade him, because when I activate it with water, it kind of, you know, it's easier to shade, and I can sort of take off. If I get too much on, I can keep activating with water and remove if I get too much paint down. For his tongue here I'm using acrylic paint, and the black here is a Posca pen. It's also acrylic, And the thing with acrylic paint is that you can activate it with water and move it around and do some kind of shading if you don't wait too long. But when the acrylic paint is dry, you can't do anything to it. So it differs from this watercolor ink pen in that sense. Here you can see I can loosen up the paint a little bit and get the sort of like light gray shading from it. Here I'm using my graphite pencil again because I really would like these thin, soft lines that you get like when you have like a graphite drawing. I really love this look. It gives a little bit more definition and life, and without being too strong, like if you were to use like a thin ink pen. The graphite pencil is much softer. In today's break in between painting, I'm actually gonna make a baobab smoothie. And baobab, it comes from, it's a huge tree. In Gambia we have a lot of baobab trees. And from that tree, it's a fruit that hangs off the tree. It's sort of like a pod, and inside, oh, I'm so sorry, I was looking for pictures of the actual pod, you know, like a close-up, what it looks like when you crack it open. And inside, it's sort of like if you crack open a cacao pod, it's sort of white beans, and inside each bean it's a black seed, and you can actually kind of suck on the bean. It's a little bit acidic. It's very, very nice. And then, but you can also dry these seeds and then pound them into a powder. It's very expensive if you buy it in health stores in Sweden, but in Gambia it's quite cheap. So I buy these little bags, and yeah, it's very healthy. It's let's see, it's exceptionally rich in antioxidants, calcium, potassium. I'm sure I've seen even iron, magnesium. I mean, it's like a superfood. Today I will be making a baobab juice, baobab smoothie, you know, whatever. I'm gonna use a cold banana. It's not from the freezer, it's actually, I just put it in the fridge to make it a bit cold, and with the cold oat milk, and then the baobab powder. Look at that. It's gonna be nice. So there goes the banana. Then I take a really heaped tablespoon of the baobab powder. Yeah. I start off with a little bit of oat milk first. So I mix that together. And when it's well mixed, I just add some more. So now I'm gonna enjoy my baobab smoothie and keep painting. It's really good. Yeah, here you can see I have two dogs. The one to the left I was actually painting yesterday just to try it out before I was filming it, and then this one to the right was the one I was filming. But I think I'm more satisfied with the one to the left, so I'm going to use him. And here is the background that I created beforehand. It's going to represent grass and leaves, and yeah, like the dog is out playing in the grass, a nice summery feeling. Here I have a piece of cardboard. I got it from a shoebox, and I'm gonna cut small little pieces of this cardboard, and I'm gonna glue it onto the back of the dog. In that way he's gonna come out a little bit from the background and give a very nice three-dimensional effect. Here I painted and cut out a ball that I'm gonna put above him, so it's gonna look like it's up in the air to give a feeling of that he's playing out in the grass with his ball and he's very happy. Yeah, it's really nice actually to have this completed now. And as you can see, it creates this cast shadow onto the background, so it's very much three-dimensional. I hope you liked this video, so please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Okay, until next video.